Road trips start with great service. Grand Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Well, I'm an interior designer. A lot of builders don't have designers on staff. I'm included with our Aspen package and can make your home more custom to your taste, your needs, and your wants.
Rachel's our interior designer at Aspen Builders. She's one of the reasons that makes us really good at what we do. I'm Bob Benish, and we absolutely love how Rachel takes care of our clients.
I think the biggest challenge with building is a lot of clients are worried about all the choices. When they come in, they kind of have a deer in the headlights look. I like to ask people at the end, so what did you think? And usually they pause and they say, you really broke it up, kept it simple. We just did one meeting at a time. So I wasn't looking at all the decisions I had to make. I had plenty of time to decide things. You walked me through it all. It made it simple.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Don't ignore changes in your skin. Get them checked. May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month, and early detection could save your life. If you've noticed a new spot, a changing mole, or anything that doesn't look quite right, now is the time to act, not later. As you head into summer, protect your skin and stay proactive about your health. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they're here to support your care with advanced technology and a team you can trust, because catching something early can make all the difference. Advanced Medical Imaging, your partner in proactive health.
Now's the time to schedule your air conditioner service check with Bryant. Make sure it's ready to keep you cool and comfortable when you really need it. Call Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating, 467-1111.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for hosting? Führer's Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and the close to a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you consider throwing a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it. Does someone in your household avoid phone calls because they can't hear clearly? Or do they have difficulty speaking on the phone? Nebraska offers a solution. The Nebraska Specialized Telecommunications Equipment Program, or NSTEP, provides financial assistance for specialized devices like amplified phones, captioned telephones, smartphones with Bluetooth pairing to hearing aids, and speech-generating devices. If you're a Nebraska resident with a certified hearing or speech disability, you may qualify. It's not income-based, and once approved, you own the equipment. Learn more or apply at psc.nebraska.gov or call 1-800-526-0017.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $199 per month for 36 months.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1008721. Previous service loaner. $199 per month. Lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 10650 to assignee. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7/6/26.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
If you're looking for a workplace that feels like home, Midwest Bank might just be the place. We're hiring a personal banker in Lincoln who enjoys helping others and being a part of a close-knit team. With great perks and a community-focused mission, you'll feel right at home here. Porque aquí todos son bienvenidos. Apply today at Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer. Member FDIC.
Sandhills Global is growing right here in Lincoln. With our expanding campus and continued growth, We're hiring across a wide range of careers, from interns to experienced professionals. Join the team at Sandhills Global and build your career with competitive pay, great benefits, and real opportunities to grow. Visit sandhills.jobs to view openings and apply today. That's sandhills.jobs.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of B.J. Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
It's on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, welcome to this rainy, beautiful Victory Softball Friday, 1040 O Street. It's raining, it's cloudy, it's humid.
But it's game day in Lincoln.
It's game day. Huskers take on
if we play.
South Dakota State at 3 o'clock. I'm still just on cloud nine. We got Jeff and Nicole Essink in the house this morning for our first segment from, of course, FXB, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. We're going to chime in with them in a bit. Swim, a.k.a. Nick Sainert, a.k.a. You Wish You Were Me. The Rain Man, pun intended. He's going to be coming in at about 9:25 from Oklahoma City to kind of give us the inside scoop. We got Rudy on the ones and twos. Rudy, what's up, big dog?
There we go. How you doing, sir?
I'm
Pretty
doing good, man.
Yeah,
Your hair, it's just like, is there gel or is that just water?
Oh,
Because
no,
you got it flowing like.
Yeah, no, it's just water.
You got it flowing like a GQ magazine, dog. You just want to run your fingers through that joker, dog.
My Hispanic genes are kicking in. That's really it.
Folks, it is good to be back in the studio. Yesterday, this morning, I was in NOLA, New Orleans. And Jeff and Nicole and Rudy, I was walking around the French Quarter, and it was humid. And the scent of beignets was lingering through the air, along with the scent of something else that didn't smell anything like beignets.
Right, that probably sounds about right.
Yes. If you've been to New Orleans, you know what I mean. The smells, tease, and terrorize the taste buds and the nose buds at the same. Not the taste buds, I ain't tasting other stuff, but the nose buds, it gets you like crazy. We'll dive into that in later, but we want to hop right in with Jeff and Nicole. Jeff and Nicole, good morning.
Morning.
It's good for you guys to be here. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Nicole,
I just saw you this morning.
I just saw you this morning. And you know what, Nicole?
10 minutes late.
Actually, close to 11.
I know, by the time you got started.
Yes. So normally class is at 7. I walked in literally at 7:09.
Yeah.
Exact time I walked in.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, I was helping my daughter out with some flight stuff. She did make the flight.
That's good.
You know, that's a whole nother
Yes.
story. But you know what? It's finished strong Friday. I'm like, AD, show up.
Oh, yeah. Anything's better than nothing.
Absolutely. So I did my workout that you guys placed and went lifted weights, all that other stuff. Real fast, though, Nicole, because rightfully so, you went night-night last night.
Yeah, I did. I don't stay up for sports. That's my rule.
Are you serious?
The outcome will be the same whether I watch it or not.
If the Packers are playing in the Super Bowl,
I go.
and it was 11:30
Super Bowl's
at night.
different. Super
If the
Bowl's
Packers are in
different.
the playoffs.
No, I'll go to bed.
So when the Bears and Packers played,
She went night-night?
no, she was napping on the couch.
The
But-
outcome is the same.
For 3 quarters, I was as quiet as a church mouse.
You didn't say much, did you?
No,
No.
I was sitting there as things going through my brain, like, what am I going to say? This
Meanwhile,
is not
Nicole's
possible.
sleeping.
Yeah, she's just sleeping
course
away.
she is. Same
Outcome
anyway.
is, and the thing is, if we win, then I would have been happy when I woke up. If we lost, you know how it is. How many times have the Steelers lost on Monday Night Football?
Can we please not bring up the Steelers right now? I mean, you're really
And then you're
messing up
trying
my
to go to
finish strong.
bed.
You're really messing up my fourth
And
quarter
tell
Friday.
tell AD how you got woke up last night. at
So
11:30.
so this is actually what happened. I had the game on when I went to bed.
Mhm.
I woke up and we were tied, and then, what did I say? When did I wake up? Oh, we were tied, and then Arkansas scored. And so I'm like, this is dumb. And I went to sleep. And I didn't get quality sleep because I could tell time was passing and Jeff was still not in bed. So I'm like, something's still going on. Like, we haven't lost yet. And like, whatever, 10:30, I wake up.
11:30.
Oh, 11:30. I wake up literally with Jeff like this. They won. That's literally how he woke right in my face. They won.
11:30.
And I was like, who won? Which I knew, I could tell by your voice. But yeah, that's how I woke up, which is fine. My quality of sleep was not great because I kept knowing like this game's still going on, but I didn't turn it.
You were sleeping, but you weren't like sleep.
I was not. No, the quality was not there, but I was not enough to go upstairs. So
Let's check it out.
No.
Jeff, you stayed up. Rudy, I was on my way back from the Omaha airport. I think I got to sleep a little about 1:15 last night.
That's ridiculous.
And so 3:30 would have been dumb. I'm like,
Mhm.
you're not sleeping for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, you stayed up, and I was driving by the stadium last night. I don't know, midnight, 12:15. Anyway, and I'm thinking they pulled this thing out. Now I missed because I was in the air, and so the service was spotty in the air.
Right.
As you know, it's going to be the Wi-Fi, so it was kind of tapping in, tapping out, tapping in, tapping out. But just a riveting game, man.
It was awesome.
What's your initial thoughts on the game, Jeff?
I'll tell you, I watched more innings of the Women's College World Series yesterday than I had watched in my entire life.
Yeah.
Combined.
That's just because it's not always on. Like, I really enjoy watching softball. I enjoy it.
So
But we had him on.
It was amazing. One funny story. Our son worked and he got home at like 9:45. So I was by myself till then. But when we got to the bottom of the eighth and Core came up to bat, I was like, Ben, her foot has not touched the base this entire game. Next pitch, home run.
She proved you wrong.
Yeah. She's like,
boy.
Yeah. Boom. What do you think of that? It was awesome. It was awesome. But no, it's pretty cool.
For just the little bit that I watched, the part that I really liked watching Jordy pitch was just getting a little nervous, but then just being like, she's done this before.
Oh, yeah.
Twice.
Right. Like this, I mean, the piece that would come on me when I would think that, like, this is not a new experience for her. She has done this before. She knows how to do it. Like, I feel so excited. I have goosebumps.
Well,
when I talk
and when
about
you're
it.
pitching and you're going 10 innings. I mean, I kept thinking, I kept talking to Ben, like, gosh, how much does she have left?
Right.
How much does she have left? And she just kept
Whatever
at
it takes.
And she was pitching 70 miles per hour in inning 10 and 70 miles per hour in inning 1.
I think
It was
it's
fun.
important, and I was just thinking for myself. I'm not going to speak for you guys, but as always, we'd like to get you to join the show. 402-464-5685, 402-464-5685. In one word, describe Jordy's, and more than just Jordy, but in particular, her performance. You go 10 innings, that arm starts getting real rubbery, just sore, over 100 pitches, give or take. But the way that she stood in the circle and just delivered time after time after time. Just one word. I want you to text in one word describes, in your opinion, Jordy's performance last night. Jeff, tell us, and Nicole, here we are. It is May 29th. Summer officially started a week on Monday, Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm.
Gym attendance historically goes down.
It will. We have a fit challenge going on that ends this week. So next week will probably be a little light.
So not only at FXB, but just gyms in general. I
Oh, yeah.
notice even after I lift weights, it goes down.
Yeah.
How do you keep people engaged even though it's summer? Because there's always a season. Well, it's fall. Well, it's Christmas.
yeah.
Well, it's 4th of July. Well, it's this.
Mhm.
What's some of the keys to do that, to stay engaged in your health and fitness journey?
You just have to build the habits before, and be honest with yourself. The number one thing that we see in our gym is people will be like, I'm going to pause my membership for the summer because I'm going to be bike riding. I'm going to be doing all this
You're going
stuff.
to ride for 90 days
Right.
straight, be a Forrest Gump?
I know. Like,
I'm going to go
some
home
people
now.
do. Don't get me wrong. Some people do. But in our experience, because this is why we've stuck with the program so long, we can't do it by ourselves. And we own the gym. Like, I would really struggle to do it by myself. So someone who thrives in a group fitness atmosphere, thinking that they're going to bring that consistency on their own it's tough. And maybe that's wishful thinking. And maybe we just got to be a little more realistic with ourselves.
Well, maybe you can dial it back a little bit at the gym, right?
Yes.
Like, keep up your bike riding, go for walks, but don't stop your strength training portion,
Right.
especially.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many things you can do on your own for cardio in the summer. Yeah, you can bike ride, you can walk, you can hike, you can do all kinds of things, but there's not a lot of things you're going to do outdoors that's going to keep up your strength training. So that's something that you would tend to lose.
Except
over the
AD,
summer.
because I know he does go out to the track and you do walking lunges, right? At least once a week. Just lunge around
Is
the
that true?
track.
I've
It's
never
your
seen that before.
favorite thing.
No.
Oh, okay.
I do like this at the other establishment. There is a track up there, a little short one, that I will do walk. That is definitely not once a week, though.
Lunges, you'll do walk. Take a video next time.
Oh, yeah, you've seen them with the
I'm just kidding. No, I'm
But
just
not
kidding.
around the whole track, though.
That's
No,
what I
no,
mean.
heck
I
no,
mean
no,
around
no,
the
no.
track.
No, that
Just
is
kidding.
not. You would never see me in class ever again. Anywhere, ever again, as far as that goes.
I know.
But like
No,
you guys mentioned,
but it's true.
Well, like you guys mentioned, toning down doesn't mean timing out of it
Yeah.
altogether.
Losing that all or nothing mentality. Like if you're doing it, I think that's the biggest thing is finding that balance, but keeping the rhythm. So even if you think you're going to do something on your own, you still need to save that space for when you are coming back. And that's the reality of what happens. People say they're going to go on bike rides and do all these things, but what actually happens is they start staying up later, doing all the, outside summer stuff. And then where they used to wake up easily and naturally at 4:30 for their 5 a.m. workout, that gets pushed and it keeps getting pushed and it keeps getting pushed. So then when the fall comes, you're in this terrible routine and you're not able to get up at 4:30 anymore.
Right.
So it's like still saving that space. So even if maybe you are going on bike rides or maybe you are running, but you're running a little bit later, keep up that habit and keep up that routine. Just do something else instead. So that would be a good time to journal or read or, just keep that time sacred. So then when it's time to get back into the gym, you still have the time because that is the biggest. It's your routine and your habits that are going to make or break you.
Jeff, what are you going to say, brother?
Oh, I was just saying we have quite a few teachers that go to Farrell's, and some will sleep in over the summer and come to like 8:30 or 12:15. But
Which is fine.
some still keep their schedule. They're going to go to 5 a.m. even though they're off for the summer.
Yep.
That's their routine. That they get up, they work out, and then now instead of going to work, they could have some relaxing time at home, get some stuff done. But so it's just it depends on the person.
Yep.
I can't stress that just that muscle enough. I'll never forget this, you guys. And Rudy, you were a teenager, maybe actually elementary school.
Don't do the math. Just don't do the math.
This is when I was working out at a different gym, the one that Coach Osborne works out at. And I was doing some other stuff weight-wise. So I was bigger then. I was lifting a lot more weight. Anyway, Coach Osborne comes up to me, and we were just talking. He said something else that was funny, but for the sake of time, he goes, AD, if you don't do anything else, keep some sort of weight training to your life.
Yeah.
He goes, because as you get over 30 years old, and at that time, I was about 35, 36. So this was a while ago. He goes, you start losing close to 5%
Easily.
of muscle a year.
Mm-hmm.
Almost close to 5% of muscle a year. And then it accelerates. Well, at 52 now, it's really accelerating. And I'm seeing this guy who every day since I was a kid, after practice, he would jog around the football field and then he'd go lift weights. See, that's why, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I respect all the coach. Well, I can say every coach, but all the ones I had. But I respect coaches in general who are in shape or who at least they walk the talk.
Yes.
If you're going to tell your athletes to work out, how in the hell are you 50, 60, 70 pounds overweight?
That's hard.
I just think that's just horse crap, man, to where you've got a Coach Osborne, you have a multi-million-dollar facility and you don't use it. Coach Osborne was the epitome of what he's told us to do. Every practice, he was jogging after practice and he'd go lift. He wasn't trying to lift the gym.
Right.
He was trying to maintain that body, that muscle mass.
Right.
Nicole and Jeff, you guys talked about the bands. And as you talk about that, you can do it at home. I keep mine in my bag for my hotel. I want you to talk about things they can do over the summer and what you guys offer over the summer as well. Just the importance of the bands of doing some sort of lifting.
Yeah. So our program, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, we do kickboxing 3 days a week. We do strength training 3 days a week. Our strength training is probably 60 to 70% resistance bands. I would say, depending on the instructor. Some instructors we have dumbbells, like using those more than others. But the thing with resistance bands, especially if you're a beginner, they're just such a safer way to progressively overload
Right.
because you're also strengthening your joints and ligaments and tendons as you are using those resistance bands. And they are extremely humbling.
Yes, they are.
Like we all
Yes,
know
they
this.
are.
Even people who are, have only lifted barbells and dumbbells, and they'll come in to our program and you're working the endurance of your muscle fibers and you're building strength in your muscle fibers. And the things with resistance bands is
It's constant resistance.
yeah, and the more you stretch it, it increases. So the resistance increases as you stretch it. So you could use the same band for a bicep curl as a shoulder press.
Yeah.
Shoulder press is going to be exponentially more difficult because you're stretching the band even
Right.
farther. But that also gives you a lot of customability when it comes to your workouts. So you could just take bands and do, simple band exercises, squats, lunges, bicep curls, shoulder press, tricep kickbacks. I mean, and get a full body workout with
Right.
resistance bands in half the time. And you can do it from home. So,
Absolutely.
and we offer a virtual program too. So people can just log into our virtual studio and do the workout. And all you need is 3 or 4 bands for it.
You guys give us, unknown texter 1380 exactly right. Talking about Marcus Freeman. He is the epitome of what he tells his athletes to do. I'm not saying you have to be some freaking Olympian.
No.
Man, just show the athletes that you're part of the message. Cupster's got a question here. We're going to speed up a little bit, but he goes, any exercise recommendations to rehab shoulder joints? They were damaged from years of not warming up before playing backyard baseball, football, etc.
I know shoulders are tricky because you can't rest your shoulders. We use your shoulders for everything. We use our shoulders when we drive. You use your shoulders when you're loading the dishwasher, when you're vacuuming. That's where using those resistance bands and focusing on lower resistance, higher reps is going to be a lot safer than just trying to go back to maybe a routine that you did 15, 20 years ago and being like, I'll just do the same lifting routine I used to do. Well, your muscles, joints, tendons, ligaments, they're not ready for that. So that's where shoulders is even, you could do body weight exercises. The point is to work those muscles to failure and focusing on time under tension, keeping those muscles under tension to help just stimulate that muscle strength and not necessarily growth, but you don't have to grow your muscles bigger to make them stronger.
Right.
You can make the muscles that you have stronger without hitting failure constantly. So I would say go way lower than you think that you can do and just do more reps to help rehab that.
Nicole, you guys next 10 weeks starts when?
July
11th.
Jeff's the numbers guy.
July 11th.
But you can really start at any time. And in fact, something we were starting to offer people are class packs where, so you don't have to commit to paying monthly every single month. We have a 15 class pack available or a 10 class pack available for $150. We have a 25 class pack available for $250. So you can come a couple days a week.
I love that.
You don't have to commit to paying every single month or 6 months or doing the challenge, but you can drop into a kickboxing class and a strength training here or there. So we have those options available too. So
tell us the locations.
70th and Vine, Meadow Lane Shopping Center there. And then also Yankee Hill and South 40th next to the Super Target.
They want to check out the class times. Where should they go?
You can go to our website, which is fxblincoln.com. You can text me directly at 402-310-4026.
You can also catch us on Sundays, Fitness Fanatics, 9 to 11.
Yes.
We talk about this stuff every single Sunday.
Every Sunday. You can text in questions about everything.
Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket.
Yes.
9 to 11 a.m. on Sunday mornings. If you want to look at back episodes, just go to 93.7 The Ticket. Look up Fitness Fanatics. You can look at previous
under
shows
weekends.
as well. Under weekend shows. You can find that. Cubsker, he goes, awesome. Thank you so much, you guys.
Yep.
Folks, we'll be back. Nick will be live from the maybe the Brickyard. He might not be in the Brickyard unless he stayed the night down in the Brickyard last night in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, on a bench. I don't know if they have got a lot going on in the morning down there right now.
We'll be back. Swim will be live from OKC. We'll talk about that. And we're going to talk about Nebraska baseball, too, hoping the weather holds out. Jeff and Nicole, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if I'll see you this weekend. Depends what the workout's
You come to 6 a.m. I'm teaching. Come to my class.
Not a chance in hell.
Maybe I'll put the stuff you don't like at the end because you don't stay for the whole class.
Yeah, I just do the 45-minute one and the
know.
30-minute one.
Yeah.
And who is it right here that I think it was I forget it was. He goes, being late is unacceptable.
No.
But I had to for my daughter this morning.
Yeah.
I got to take care of baby girl first. But we got it done. Folks, we'll be right back. It's The Drive.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $199 per month for 36 months.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1008721. Previous service loaner. $199 per month. Lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 10650 to assignee. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7626.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com. The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for hosting? Führer's Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and the close to a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you consider throwing a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet, GMC, and Chevrolet. And GMC Truck Month is here. Absolutely huge discounts and 2.9% for 72 months. I also just wanted to share a little bit more about the Coppell family. They've been serving the Omaha and Lincoln and surrounding communities for over 50 years with great customer service and small town charm. That's always been our motto, and we absolutely will not be undersold. It truly is confident buying and confident driving. So come on in, meet the team, check us out at Coppell or at CoppellCars.com. All deals with approved credit.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: showers likely throughout the day. It'll be breezy with an afternoon high around 75. Tonight, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, a low around 63. And tomorrow, more showers and storms possible. Otherwise, partly sunny and breezy. The high near 81. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker from 93.7 Ticket and TicketFM.com.
Now's the time to schedule your air conditioner service check with Bryant. Make sure it's ready to keep you cool and comfortable when you really need it. Call Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating, 467-1111.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top-quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Don't ignore changes in your skin. Get them checked. May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month, and early detection could save your life. If you've noticed a new spot, a changing mole, or anything that doesn't look quite right, now is the time to act, not later. As you head into summer, protect your skin and stay proactive about your health. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they're here to support your care with advanced technology and a team you can trust, because catching something early can make all the difference. Advanced Medical Imaging, your partner in proactive health.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Bagels & Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, want a big shout out to Jeff and Nicole Essig, owners and operators, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. I've been a lifer there pretty much. I enjoy going there. Just great people. Again, appreciate Jeff and Nicole for coming on. Folks, this segment is brought to you and brought to us by our good friend and partner, Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected rep since 1999. Jack can help protect your home, your vehicle, your family, even your future. Give Jack a call today at 421-421-9100 and see how Jack can help protect you and your family. Visit them at one of the 2 locations in Lincoln or in Seward. They got awesome teammates there, and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau can help you. Folks, without further ado, Nick, what's happening, my brother?
AD, is great to talk to you. What a couple of days, my friend.
Swim, I was thinking about you when I was in the air and my service kept going in and out, you know what I'm saying, from reception. Because, it's always a little spotty trying to listen to a game at 30,000 feet, wherever the heck you are. But I was just imagining you. I'm like, Swim is in the thick of this, man. Swim, initial thoughts on this. I'll get to the text line in a bit. Initial thoughts on last night, man.
I don't even know. I've been trying to think. I mean, first off, it took a little bit to get settled down and back to the hotel last night and ready to fall asleep. Because you didn't want to leave. Like it was unbelievable. And now this this morning, it's been a situation to where I've been out and about, went to a coffee shop a couple of minutes away and stuff. And I'm wearing the Nebraska pullover, Nebraska short sleeve hoodie, Nebraska baseball, as they got the 3 p.m. first pitch today. But obviously it says Nebraska right across the chest. And I had 3 people say something about the game to me at the coffee shop. And then down in the lobby of the hotel, as I was walking back in, a couple of Arkansas fans walked past and said, "We don't even want to talk about it." And so it was, this is something that it's, even if you weren't in the stadium last night, you turn on Sports Center and it's there, and there's no dodging it. There's not. Nebraska right now is the talk of the college softball world, and rightfully so. They should be.
Swim, the Scott Van Pelt led off, Sports Center with the last night, because of course SVP followed over there, and I love the gospel song "I'm Not Tired Yet." His theme music. Swim, during that game, as it started going extra innings, what was the atmosphere of the Nebraska crowd? Because we had chance after chance, and Arkansas had chance after chance. What was kind of the pulse of the stadium as you were there? What did it feel like? What did it sound like when it kept? It was like a heavyweight battle. Tell us what it was like inside the stadium.
I just think, at the start, I think everybody was kind of shocked. I'll kind of walk us through it, because going into the game, right, this is Arkansas making their first ever appearance. And then you look at Nebraska, and there's some experience, not only in the circle, but out in the outfield. And Rhonda Revelle is one of the more decorated and established coaches in our entire sport of college softball. And so you feel like, just in terms of the things that happened before you even step foot on the field, Nebraska has a slight advantage. On top of that, you have one of the best pitchers to ever play the game in the circle for Nebraska. And this offense for the Huskers is coming off of a really, really successful weekend where they put up a total of 17 runs in the Super Regional against Oklahoma State, and another really good pitcher in Ruby Malin that day, or those 2 days. And I just think that going into the game, you didn't expect Nebraska to mercy rule Arkansas, but it was also one of those things to where maybe you expected Nebraska to be able to have a little more success offensively. And give a lot of credit to Arkansas, because I said this last night, that it didn't look like it was their first ever Women's College World Series game. They didn't flinch, and Coach Deifel for Arkansas has done a really good job. Fun fact, AD, when she took over in 2016, they had 1 conference win in 2016 in her first season. In less than 10 years, she's taken them to their first ever Women's College World Series. And now I can't even imagine you have to flush it. You have to flush last night's game and be able to return to the ballpark tonight. And because guess what? Now you face one of the best offenses in the country in UCLA if you're Arkansas. And so, when we're talking about the atmosphere, I think it was shock at the start when Arkansas hits that 2-run home run that Hannah Core came so close to robbing over the center field wall, and then Nebraska's able to get 2 back in the middle innings. It was a shocking, discovery that Coach Deifel of Arkansas decided to make a pitching change as well in the middle innings when she did, right? Yeah. And so that was something that now, I've seen a lot of Arkansas beat writers and folks up in the press box that were questioning that during the game, going, okay, well, what's the thought process here? And obviously, as we saw in softball, you can re-enter somebody in the circle. But then, frankly, AD, the rest of the game up until Hannah Core's solo shot, Nebraska's offense was pretty stagnant. Arkansas did a really good job of limiting the explosiveness that is Nebraska's offense. We saw the value of just being able to throw strikes, but then also defense. Arkansas did not make mistakes the same way Nebraska's defense did not make mistakes. And then, my goodness, when Hannah Core, this might get lost a little bit in it, but when Hannah Core hit that home run in the bottom of the 8th, AD, I just looked this up a moment ago. The average exit velocity of a ball, because I was saying that ball got out of there in a hurry, and it was a shot, it was a laser. The average exit velocity for a D1 college softball player is 65 to 70 miles per hour. She hit that ball 81 miles per hour off the bat. That thing got out of here in a hurry. And it didn't get up in the air. It wasn't elevated. It was a laser out of the ballpark. And so once that happened, and then Ava Cusack, you just kind of figured that they were due. And my goodness, when she got a hold of it, that place, the crowd pop, I didn't get to hear it on TV, but the crowd pop that's in the press box was it was special.
Rudy, what's your initial thoughts, brother? I mean, like I said, you being obviously a baseball guy, that shot that Anna hit was just ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I think too, especially for how the game was kind of going. I mean, that lead didn't seem like it was something Nebraska wasn't gonna at least counter and answer, but it was like, okay, we're running out of time here. Like if we're gonna do it, it's got to be now. And then for her, I mean, they were talking about how she didn't get to swing too much at Oklahoma, and now she's here in the lineup for Nebraska and doing things like that. And I think as a baseball player, you kind of live for those moments. Those are the moments you grow up in your backyard kind of wanting to do and wanting to be that person. And we saw it for her and Ava last night, so that was awesome. But I think watching it at home, everybody kind of had this idea that, okay, it's going to happen at some point. But again, we're running out of time. And then for her to do it when she did it in the 8th inning, when everything is getting a little crazier, I mean, it was awesome. I think as a Husker growing into a fan now, I'm loving this. So I was excited. I mean, it was cool. That's what I'm at. I loved it.
I'm just going to read this real fast. You know, I was thinking about this early this morning because I didn't go to bed, but nevertheless, down in the 8th, Swim, it's the biggest stage in Hannah Core. We just talked about that. The grit behind Jordy, Hannah Core's blast, of course. Ava Kuzak delivers the walk-off home run. Because we've talked about Hannah Core, obviously the title, but then Ava Kuzak. Nick, I'm going to talk about that when we come back as well, because at 10 o'clock all the way on, it's going to be softball and baseball previews, etc.
Yeah.
But Swim, think about this. And text line, think about this. Rudy, think about this. This is 27 straight wins. Think about that for a second, you guys. 27 straight. You are slugging it out with Arkansas Razorbacks. And Swim, you and I discussed this on Tuesday, that you know what? Should Nebraska win this game? Yes. I don't think anyone's expecting anything this close. But, Nick, it just goes to show this is the CWS. These teams are here. I mean, you both said this dang near verbatim. The teams that are here for a reason. They're good. Doesn't matter what they've done in the past, their history, etc. They did it this year. They are here. Swim, like you mentioned, Arkansas said, you know what? We're not tired yet, kind of Scott Van Pelt's theme song. We're going to slug it out with this team. But the reality is Nebraska still 27 game straight winning streak. It's absolutely insane, Swim.
It is. And like there's so many individual parts of last night's game that we can reference. We need to, somebody that's going to get lost is Samantha Bland. We need to mention what Samantha Bland did for Nebraska last night. Not only the RBI single when Nebraska put up the 2 runs to tie it, the RBI single to give Nebraska their first lead as she hit it into right field, but then what she was able to do defensively was spectacular last night for Nebraska. Her at third base, she made a couple of diving stops. Like Arkansas, one thing that they do, especially at the top of their order with Reagan Johnson, they run the base paths incredibly well. And in a game that is decided by 1 or 2 runs, whether it's baseball or softball like that, that's a big piece of it. Because that's constant pressure that you're applying when you get somebody on the base paths. And I think, you know, what Samantha Bland was able to do last night, she made a SportsCenter top 10 playoffs. I turned on SportsCenter as soon as I woke up this morning, and her diving catch on the line drive earlier in the game was number 10 on SportsCenter's top 10. I thought it should have been a lot higher after I watched some of the other SportsCenter top 10 plays. But I just think that, yeah, right. I just think that it takes a whole army. Like we talk about it all the time, and we mention rightfully so Jordy Fromm. It starts with Jordy, but it certainly doesn't end with Jordy. And I think when you look at this team, some of the at-bats that Casey Hoffman had, some of the at-bats obviously that Kuzak and Hannah Core had in the beginning of the game, though, in the early to middle stages of the game, going into the 7th, Nebraska's top 4 hitters in their lineup. I'm going to try to think in order. It would be Fromm, Core, Kamenzen, and Kuzak. Those 4 were a combined 1 for 12. And the 1 hit came in Jordy's first at-bat of the game. And so Nebraska's top of the lineup wasn't necessarily producing a whole lot. It was the middle to bottom half part of their lineup that was producing. Now, granted, when it's all said and done, who hit the 2 home runs? Your 2-hole hitter and your cleanup hitter. But I just think that, last night really showed that Nebraska, it's a take the whole Army type of thing. And you can't sleep on 1 through 9 in the lineup. And I just think that Nebraska is playing their best softball right now in the month of May. Jordy Fromm, we can talk about this extensively and deeper. She struggled offensively last night. She struggled to see some stuff. The strike zone was incredibly inconsistent for both sides. But when she doesn't let that deter her, and after she gave up the 2-run home run, she seemed to get stronger. She seemed to get more efficient and more decisive. And I tweeted this out on her first pitch of the game. She threw it at 70 miles per hour. On her 122nd pitch of the game, she threw it 69 miles per hour. On her 133rd and her final pitch of the game, she threw it at 70 miles per hour. The velocity through 10 innings did not drop for Jordy Fromm. That is something that you have to dive a little deeper for, but that is something to where the velocity doesn't drop. She doesn't just have control, it's command, and there's a difference between command and control. She had command of the entire zone, or what, that which is the size of a pumpkin seed. And then on top of it, you were able to, she's the biggest cheerleader too. Like Ava Cusack and Hannah Core come around third to score. Who's the first one to greet them? It's your team one of your team captains in Jordy. She elevates everybody around her. And this team is so much fun to cheer for.
It's I'm going to say this before we go to break. And John and Cortland, you're right. Hellacious. It was such an awesome venue just to see it all and take it all in. I was glad I was able to see those last innings. And I'm just going to be honest. I had it playing in the back. Had it playing when I was on my way back from Omaha early this morning, whatever you want to call it. Swim and Rudy, her last strike before Nebraska finally got up to bat to end it in the 10th. It was almost like she knew the moment she let it go, there's not a chance in Hades she's hitting this ball. And it was just like pop, pop. And she was already walking. And to see, and I'll say this, her excitement, I literally had goosebumps when I was driving because she knew, this is money. There's not a chance in the world this girl's hitting this ball. Swim back.
Dominant.
Yeah, it's just dominant. We got a quick history segment. I got a fun one really too. And then we're popping right back on and going to the details of this Nebraska softball victory over in Arkansas. And also, hey, they got a tough one on tomorrow night against Alabama. So it's just a great time. Then we'll obviously dive into the men. They'll take on University of South Dakota. Did I get it right? I got it right. South Dakota State at 3 p.m. Swim, we got a lot of rain here, brother. So it's going to be interesting.
It's thunderstorming here as well.
Oh, wow. Right. So it's going to be interesting both here and in OKC. We'll discuss that when we come back, folks. It's Friday. It's The Drive.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
In communities like ours, local relationships still matter. At Insight Partners, we believe we are better together. That's why insurance agencies across the Midwest have joined Insight Partners to better serve local customers and communities with all their insurance needs. From personal to commercial or specialty insurance, your local Insight Partners team is here to help protect what matters most. Insight Partners, better together. Learn more at myInsPartners.com.
Now's the time to schedule your air conditioner service check with Bryant. Make sure it's ready to keep you cool and comfortable when you really need it. Call Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating, 467-1111.
Keep summer green with Judson Bylene and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit, long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197. Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Now's the time to lock in the best deal of the year on a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Sprayer Early Order Program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See and Spray. Target weeds with precision and cut herbicide use. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Don't forget, secure early order savings and get the sprayer that maximizes every pass. Visit your Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Does someone in your household avoid phone calls because they can't hear clearly, or do they have difficulty speaking on the phone? Nebraska offers a solution. The Nebraska Specialized Telecommunications Equipment Program, or NSTEP, provides financial assistance for specialized devices like amplified phones, captioned telephones, smartphones with Bluetooth pairing to hearing aids, and speech-generating devices. If you're a Nebraska resident with a certified hearing or speech disability, you may qualify. It's not income-based, and once approved, you own the equipment. Learn more or apply at psc.nebraska.gov or call 1-800-526-0017.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Friday to finish, and we've got a guest. We got Jake Thompson in the house with Ole Miss, the On3 Ole Miss. Jake, what's up, brother?
How you doing? Nice to meet you. I came in for coffee and got put on the radio, so that's quite a whirlwind there.
We got my teammate along with we got Rudy right there, and we got Swim. His name not really Swim, we call him Swim. Nicholas Sainert. If you look to your left, you see him on screen right there. He's down in OKC, he's in Oklahoma City, obviously watching Nebraska softball team down there. Jake, tell us, obviously we know what brings you to town, but tell our listener what brings you in town, man.
Yeah, Lincoln, I believe, is, y'all can correct me if I get the number right, hosting their first regional in 18-ish years. Been a little bit. Yes. Been into tournament, but not been able to host. Had a solid year, 13 national seed, and I was sitting there, everybody kind of starts prognosticating like basketball brackets, seeing where they're going to go. And for forever, it was like Lawrence, Kansas, or Morgantown. Mm-hmm. And then out of the blue, kind of somebody who kind of knows amongst us down in Oxford said it's going to be Lincoln paired with Auburn. And that's what it was. And I've been to Omaha. Obviously, they won it all in 22, Ole Miss did, but I've never been to Lincoln. And so I've been here. We got in a couple nights ago, and we love downtown. It's great down there. Checked out a movie yesterday, walked campus. It was great.
Yeah, Morgan.
I was going to say, Jake, man, Lawrence, or you're lucky. Lincoln's better than Lawrence, man. I mean, you guys got the good draw there.
I will say though, as we were passing Kansas City, I was sitting there going, well, this drive would be done right now if it was Mark.
That's a good point, dude. That's a good point.
It's not a bad drive. It's a nice, smooth drive. You see stuff you don't see where we're from. So I love the drive up here.
Swim, Rudy, you guys feel free to interject and chime in. I'm going to ask. Go ahead, Swim.
Jake, man. So sorry to cut you guys off. I'm curious because you guys got maybe one of the most intriguing games of the entire tournament tomorrow night in the first round with the matchup against Arizona State. I believe I read correctly that you guys Ole Miss starting Hunter Elliott on the mound, right? And so he was. People won't know. If they don't pay attention, he was on the mound for the national championship game back in 2022, right?
Yeah, he's the last mainstay outside of the coaching staff of that 2022 team. He his first game, 2023 season, he's the Friday ace. He hurt himself in that first opening game of the next season. Sat out, tried to come back in April, just was not working. Got surgery, missed all of 24. Came back last season and then this season and got granted another season because, nobody leaves college athletics anymore. And so he has the option to come back. But yeah, he has been with Ole Miss for a very long time. He's a Tupelo kid. And for those who don't know the landscape, that's just an hour or less east of Oxford. So he's a homegrown kid from there. And actually they start tonight, hopefully, unless the Mother Nature has other plans for us this afternoon. But yeah, that Arizona State Ole Miss game, a lot of people calling it the best opening day matchup of the whole tournament.
Swim actually, again, I'm referring to Nick.
Yeah, I got you.
We call him Swim. He actually, in a group text of ours a couple of days ago, Swim, I remember you saying, this is going to be a game. Rudy, questions you have, brother?
I mean, I believe it's the only region where there's 3 ranked teams in it, and it's obviously you guys, Arizona State, and Nebraska. From what you've been able to cover and what you've been able to see, obviously, this is an SEC team. I'm an SEC fan. I can't bring that up too often on air. I'm a Longhorn fan. So
you can bring it up right now.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm a Longhorn fan. So I understand. I mean, Nick as well does. But with the SEC and how tough it is throughout the entire regular season, what does that kind of prep this team for from what you've seen as well?
Oh, yeah. No, that 10 weeks, those 30 games in the SEC, it's a monster. I mean, Ole Miss swept LSU. had a really good April. And then you can get humbled that following weekend in a heartbeat. And I told everybody once the teams that got in, I think it was 12, got into tournament and then got out of Hoover, got out of the SEC tournament and went on their separate ways to regionals. I felt the conference as a whole could have a good weekend this weekend once they get to where they're going. And I still believe that. And, I hate it for Nebraska fans because once they put out the quadrant up here, the 4 teams, it suddenly kind of made Nebraska. They were saying like they're kind of the 3rd best team in their own regional and they're, a national seed. And, they're no slouch. I've looked at the numbers and watched, and they know how important this is. I think they're throwing their ace tonight against the 4 seed because those 4 seeds, that's like that 5-12 in basketball. You never know what can happen in that 1-4 game. And but yeah, a lot of people, they sent the 8 crew. I think Carl Ravitch, Kyle Peterson's calling the regional up here. The Ole Miss game's on TV tonight on ESPN2. So a lot of eyes are on this, and this is probably one of them, like you said, is probably the toughest regional out of all 16 sites.
You know what's weird, Jake? I told you before we came on air, I was talking to him, Swim, that I was in New Orleans yesterday, and a lot of LSU fans. Broadcasters Association conference that I spoke at for them, and a lot of beat writers, of course, from Baton Rouge, Lafayette, surrounding areas. First time in 14 years under Coach Johnson that LSU is not in this tournament.
Yeah.
For the SEC, it just feels, they let Jell-O shots and everything else at the CWS. Swim, you've been there. Rudy, you've been there. How weird is it? Obviously, there's no love lost between you and
that's a peak right now for us. It's been a long 6 months.
Lane Kiffin, baby.
It all stirred back up in Destin this week. So.
It was weird talking to some of the longtime beat writers. There were gentlemen there in gals there, particular gentlemen who had been covering LSU for 3 decades. And there's, as some people would say, pleased as punch. And some of the Ole Miss fans, you just like to punch them with some punch.
I've never been happier. I'll never be happier to see the morning of September 20th come, because that means that LSU game will have come and gone. Whatever happens. Everybody can move on their separate ways.
What's the security situation going to look like, Jake?
Yeah, I think everybody, all our message boards and all of them, this is perfect message board fodder for fans, especially in the doldrums of May and June if you're not really a baseball fan. But I think everybody's going to get it out of their system. I say that, and it all stirred back up again. And just the SEC having their spring meetings, not even media day, just their own little meetings that stirred back up again. And, we go down to Tampa in a couple months. That's media days is there this year. And they were smart. Ole Miss is on one day. LSU's on a second day. They knew not to do that for our own blood pressure and health sake for the writers. But no, that'll be a special day. They made it a 6:30 nighttime kick. I know game day hadn't officially announced, but it's supposed to be there. I wouldn't be shocked. I've told people I'd put markers or chips mostly on game day. I'd put a couple on red and black that SEC Nation might want to be there that same day for both shows there. I'm going to put a prediction out that I will not be shocked if they somehow draw 20 million for that game for an average, just because of what it's become, and the casual non-Ole Miss LSU fans know about it. Y'all are talking about it in Lincoln, Nebraska. It's going to be the early game of the season.
Jake, I'm going to let Swim go with a question, and Rudy as well before I let you go. I'm just going to say this real quick. It was interesting conversation yesterday with those writers and radio and TV hosts for about 35, 40 minutes yesterday down in New Orleans, and listening to their thoughts on Coach O coming back. A lot of them thought it was absolutely genius to bring him back to his living room presence.
Well, he's a recruiter.
He's a recruiter.
Give him the credit card and say go.
Absolutely. And so it was interesting to hear being right there in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, just 45 minutes to an hour outside of New Orleans where we were at, and hearing their thoughts on it, especially the longtime fans of LSU football. So it's going to be an interesting season for sure. Of course, we were talking about you guys being Ole Miss being here in Nebraska. We were talking about Nebraska baseball as well, and they didn't have many kind things to say about Ole Miss baseball. There's no love lost whatsoever.
Okay. I didn't know that there was some issues there.
I wouldn't say issues. They were just kind of like, we don't want to talk about baseball right now.
I will say Ole Miss was going to be the tough 2 seed wherever they went, and unfortunately Lincoln is where they ended up, because Ole Miss flirted with that 16-14 window all season. They just couldn't get it done in Hoover. So
go ahead, my man.
Yeah, I think one last note on Lane Kiffin, Jake. He has ties to Nebraska, so there's some stuff there for Nebraska fans and with his father and things like that. But I want to get back to this regional for a couple more minutes, because when you look up and down the regional, sure, South Dakota State is one thing, right? And I think a lot of Husker fans have confidence to get past the Jackrabbits. But when you look at what Ole Miss and Arizona State do really well, for Ole Miss, correct me if I'm wrong, it appears it's what they do defensively and on the mound. While for Arizona State, I mean, they're one of the more slugging teams in the country. I think 108 home runs hit on the season for those guys. I mean, like, is this the matchup tonight, if it's played tonight, is it a matchup of like whichever team is better at the thing that they excel at is who's going to win this game? Or like, what's your opinion going into tonight of like, how do Ole Miss fans feel about going up against a team like Arizona State that can hit the crap out of the ball?
Anxious. A lot of antacids being taken, because they also Arizona State's throwing their ace, a lefty who's really good at off-speed slider, and Ole Miss is like old school Bash Brothers, home runs or nothing, fastballs down the middle. They struggle with off-speed slider stuff. That's their kryptonite, consistently. So for Ole Miss, that's an issue. But it's two home run dependent offenses in these two. And for Hunter Elliott, he's had an up and down year this year. He'll either give up a really bad first inning, or he'll be locked in and have a good 5-6 innings. And that's the key. I think the Arizona State's got a guy, Harrison, who's like top 5 in home runs, top 5 in batting average. He's their power. He's their slugger, and I think he hits leadoff for them too. So that's going to set the tone early. But that's the key: is can Ole Miss pitching and Hunter Elliott and whoever has to come out of the bullpen stifle what is a really potent Arizona State offense. Now, I will say Arizona State has played some SEC teams this year, did not do well. So if you're Ole Miss, you feel a little bit better that maybe they don't see this kind of talent on the mound or hitters
too.
Yeah. So you kind of hope that maybe washes things out. And then, a lot of people have said, obviously, you hope Nebraska's sitting there in that winner's game tomorrow after getting rid of the Jackrabbits. But then whoever wins tonight, ASU or Ole Miss, is going to feel really good about the rest of the weekend. It's an important game.
Yeah. Jake, it's interesting because like I sit there and I think to myself about when you look at Ole Miss and Arizona State and Nebraska, really those three teams. Like the benefits of starting 1-0 is dramatic, right? And we all know that the statistics and the analytics will show that and back that up. But the other part is what's your personal thought on the whole pitching off thing? And for the listeners that don't know the pitching off, who do you start? Do you start your ace on Friday? Do you start in game 1? It's different when you're a 2 and 3 seed because you're facing a very similar team, but it's more so for the number 1 seeds. Ole Miss has been in that position quite often, and the SEC teams are in that position quite often. We've seen it backfire quite a bit the last couple of years. We know what happened with Jay, not to bring LSU up again, but with Jay Johnson and Paul Skeens a few years ago. It's happened last year where there were quite a few 4 seeds that were able to get the number 1 seeds because they decided to pitch off and risk it. Nebraska fans are up in arms because they're starting Carson Yassa tonight instead of maybe going with their number 2 or 3 guy. Just from your standpoint and in your experience in the SEC, which is the top conference in college baseball, I mean, where do you land on that whole conversation?
No, I in fact, Ole Miss last year, even back home when they hosted a regional, held Hunter to Saturday. He won their game. I think they beat Western Kentucky. But Mike Bianco, the head coach, has done it. Not often, but he's done it. But this game, I think it makes all the sense in the world. He rides with this guy who's been his Friday guy, his ace, as they kind of call the Friday guy. Through the end. I mean, he's been with them for years. He's been his trusted guy. And then you've got 2 more guys in rotation, and Taylor Rabe and Kate Townsend, who Rabe was kind of became a Sunday guy. He was a reliever, worked his way into a Sunday role, and he's maybe pitching the best of the 3. So the logic is, if you didn't start him tonight, all right, do you go with him tomorrow if you win tonight and to try to get to 2-0 and throw Cade in that Sunday game and go 3-0 and get out of here and move on to Auburn or wherever. So it's I agree with keeping Hunter tonight, because you've got Ole Miss has 2 good guys they're confident in for the rest, the 2 and the 3 game, whoever that may be against. And for Nebraska, I kind of get them starting Carson tonight because I was looking it up and I didn't know that they faced South Dakota State already this year back in March, and it was like a 5-4 midweeker. So I get them wanting to start him, and I'm guessing the hope is, I wasn't there for Will's press conference, but is to maybe do better and get up early, to have a nice, safe, healthy lead and pull him. so maybe he doesn't have a high pitch count and you got him for the rest of the weekend. I would assume that's the perfect scenario for them.
Rudy, last one.
Yeah, one of my final questions here. Obviously, for those who don't know, Ole Miss at home, that environment looks insane. The home run showers with the powder blues, everything that goes into games there looks insane. If things do pan out and we see a Nebraska match here against Ole Miss, what are you expecting from the environment there? Because from what we heard and what we expect, it's going to be probably a sold-out crowd, probably going to break some records on the crowd on any given day that they'll be playing. So what are you looking forward to in that?
Now, I heard that I think their last couple series, the Southern Cal and Arizona, they drew a good 700+, 700. So I'm excited to see a full crowd. First time getting to see that kind of stadium. I liked it. We've got the Braves had a minor league team in Jackson for a little bit before they moved, and now we have an independent team playing in there. But the stadium is very similar, and I liked it. Everybody was kind of hyping up the outfield, saying it was cavernous and big. I don't think for this offense, it's just like Arizona State or Nebraska's used to it. This is where they play. I think it's provides a lot of offense, a lot of fireworks, that's what people love. I know baseball purists love the 1-0, 2-0 games, pitchers
right
duel.
there.
But fans in the interregional, they want to be seeing home runs.
I want to see cannons.
Yeah, so I think that has the potential for that. And but no, I think it's going to be a fun environment. And to his question, I think Ole Miss is prepared for that because of where they play at home and the crowds they get.
I love it. Folks, Jake Thompson, Ole Miss On3 reporter. Brother, thank you so much.
Appreciate
man.
y'all letting
You
me
came in for a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
And now you had a microphone in your face, man.
Yeah, I'll send the bill for billable hours.
There you go.
DP, take care of that. Folks, we'll be back to talk some more with Swim that's down in OKC. We got me and Rudy here on the ones and twos. Again, Jake Thompson, On3, Ole Miss reporter. Brother, thank you so much.
Thank you. I had a blast.
You
Appreciate
bet.
it.
Hope the city continues to take care of you, brother.
Yeah, I hope so too.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
We'll be back.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Keep summer green with Judson Bailene and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Now's the time to lock in the best deal of the year on a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Sprayer Early Order Program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See and Spray. Target weeds with precision and cut herbicide use. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Don't forget, secure early order savings and get the sprayer that maximizes every pass. Visit your Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Does someone in your household avoid phone calls because they can't hear clearly, or do they have difficulty speaking on the phone? Nebraska offers a solution. The Nebraska Specialized Telecommunications Equipment Program, or NSTEP, provides financial assistance for specialized devices like amplified phones, captioned telephones, smartphones with Bluetooth pairing to hearing aids, and speech-generating devices. If you're a Nebraska resident with a certified hearing or speech disability, you may qualify. It's not income-based, and once approved, you own the equipment. Learn more or apply at psc.nebraska.gov or call 1-800-526-0017.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
A membership with John Henry's will fast track you to front of the line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing.
And electrical.
Hey there, this is Paul Shield, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: showers likely throughout the day. It'll be breezy with an afternoon high around 75. Tonight, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, a low around 63. And tomorrow, more showers and storms possible. Otherwise, partly sunny and breezy. The high near 81. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker from 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
Hi, Charlie Stone again, and Andy Goodyear with Honda of Lincoln will be joining me shortly to talk about a milestone accomplishment at Honda of Lincoln. But before I talk to Andy, I'd like to add a comment of my own. I know you have a lot of choices when buying a new or pre-owned vehicle. It was just announced that Honda of Lincoln is once again the winner for the Lincoln's Choice Award for new car dealers. It's not easy to win that award because it's all based on the highest level of customer satisfaction. I think Honda of Lincoln really is your best choice. Now let's talk to Andy.
Thanks, Charlie, and thanks for your kind words.
Andy, tell us what it takes to win an award like this.
Will do, Charlie. It's about being customer focused. Our sales and service team have been with us for a long time, and every day, all they focus on is a 100% customer satisfaction. It's really that simple.
Maybe it's time you experience the best. The Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
In communities like ours, local relationships still matter. At Insight Partners, we believe we are better together. That's why insurance agencies across the Midwest have joined Insight Partners to better serve local customers and communities with all their insurance needs. From personal to commercial or specialty insurance, your local Insight Partners team is here to help protect what matters most. Insight Partners, better together. Learn more at myinspartners.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
In communities like ours, local relationships still matter. At Insight Partners, we believe we are better together. That's why insurance agencies across the Midwest have joined Insight Partners to better serve local customers and communities with all their insurance needs. From personal to commercial or specialty insurance, your local Insight Partners team is here to help protect what matters most. Insight Partners, better together. Learn more at myinspartners.com.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert, driving left side his border, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of BJ Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good.
It's on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
folks, we are back on this fourth quarter Friday finish. We want to thank Jake Thompson again from the Ole Miss On 3 for joining us. Swim, Rudy, that was a great time listening to him, my man.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome. It was cool insight there, too. So, I mean, that's always great, especially it doesn't matter if they're an opposing team or something this weekend. But, no, it was great, especially the city praise is what I always enjoy. How people love Lincoln, so that was awesome.
And Swim, he turned 40 yesterday, man.
No way.
His 40th birthday yesterday.
Dang, I can't imagine. I couldn't. Maybe I'm over video, but he didn't look 40 years old. How about that Southern accent, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I don't have an Ole Miss.
See, and you know what, Swim? His wasn't. I mean, it was noticeable, obviously.
Yeah.
But man, yesterday in Norland, I'll tell you right now. But I mean, it's a deep Southern drawl. And then it's different because you're in the Bayou, so it's even different. You know what I'm saying? Swim, have you been to New Orleans before?
Nope, never been to Louisiana.
So they have a thing where it's Creole. You know, it's that Creole influence, French and Southern at the same time. So that Creole, it's a fascinating thing, man. Swim, we'll talk about that another time. I want to dive right back into to softball as well as to baseball. Trying to type some points regarding last night before we hop in. To tonight's matchup, of course. But again, that 27 straight. Here's Jordy Fromm was last night. She was a warrior last night, we know. The complete game. 10 innings pitched. That's a career high for her last night. 133 pitches, Rudy, in Swim. 9 strikeouts, and never let Arkansas's early homer unravel her confidence. Because you think about it, that could shake a person, even the Jordy Fromms of the world, because this is not a regular season game. No, this is to get back to the CWS, a place where you've won twice. But she didn't let it phase her at all, man. Initial thoughts.
Yeah. I can't. I mean, she is a warrior, and I feel like I've said a lot of the same stuff when we talk about her. I try. You know, I was driving around, come back from the coffee shop and breakfast this morning, and I was trying to think, because I knew we'd talk about her as we should, and I was trying to think of like new ways to categorize and put into words what she does and what she's meant for this program. And if, you know, at the end of this all, if Nebraska is able to hoist the trophy next Thursday or Friday night, there might not be words to describe what she's done to this program and what she means to this program. Not only from a standpoint of what is on the field, but just as much as off the field. I think that, you know, so much nowadays in the transfer portal era, you don't get to feel like you're connected to some of these athletes. And that's one of the intimacy of college athletics is what makes college athletics special. And I think on a stage like the Women's College World Series, this is where, I mean, as we enter into postseason play for college baseball, like they've done, the NCAA has done a weird thing where they're actually making the men's side of things so much more commercial, and it feels so much more professional. Like where last night in the stadium here in OKC, it's still intimate. Like you still feel, I mean, like you're right on top of the action. You're right there. And I think that's what makes Jordy so special is Husker fans feel like they can connect with her. She's obviously from the state. And then you throw on top of it that she's one of the best to do it in the last 10 to 15 years. She's in the DP and I were having the conversation 2 days ago on Wednesday about she's in the conversation with the Jenny Finches and the Kat Ostermans. And it's been so much fun to watch. And the fact that she's doing it in a Nebraska uniform makes it that much more enjoyable.
From both of you guys, Rudy, I'll start with you. In Swim, you alluded to this earlier. Sammy Bland. I mean, she was absolutely everywhere. 2 for 4 at the plate, RBI, multiple like highlight reels at third base. You know, just crucial stops. And Coach Reville said, a champion's heart. A champion's heart is how she described it. When the lights are the brightest, Bland seems to elevate her game. Rudy, your thoughts, and I know you have quite a bit to say about Bland as well, Swim.
Yeah, no, I think like how Nick alluded to it earlier as well, the production from our top 4 wasn't there for a majority of the game. I mean, when it mattered, obviously they showed up, the home runs, the doubles as well at the end of the game. So, I mean, it happened when it happened. But for a majority of the game, like most of our offense was not being productive from the top. And I think seeing Sammy Bland, whether it was with the glove, whether it was with her bat as well, to kind of just get things started in the middle of the game, I think that's always great, especially during these tournaments, during the World Series. You're not going to have your best guys are going to be your best girls every single time. Like, we know that you're going to need that's kind of the sentiment I've been preaching about just baseball and softball all season, is whoever can play the most complete game from top to bottom of the lineup, including the pitching staff. Those are usually your teams that have the more consistent success. And I think that is what Nebraska's built themselves on all year. And to be able to see it kind of still translate over, not extremely smoothly in per se, but at least to the point where it was able to help catapult us to a win, was amazing. And Sammy Bland, again, when you're able to do it on both sides, sometimes you're out there all game, you don't get a single ball hit to you. Sometimes you don't get a single hit all game, but for her to do both and be at least highlighted on both ends of the ball last night was amazing for her and amazing for the team. And I think she is someone that the team rallies around, not more than others in a bad way, but she's someone that it is so easy to root for on this team. And I think we saw that last night with the play she was making, the energy that she was also just giving off, I think is more valuable than I think many people realize unless you're in that dugout itself. But I mean, again, huge reason they won is because of her. And offensively, defensively, she stood out for amazing reasons. And it was, again, just awesome to see from her production last night.
You know, I'm going to say this, Swim. I want you to comment on, obviously, on Bland. But before, and then the next one I have for you to be on deck, Rudy, as well. But I'm going to let you go right away after this one to the next one. Because when we'd be remiss, and that's why I saved her for last, Ava Kuzak. So before we go to Ava, initial thoughts too on Sammy Bland, the 2 of 4 at the plate, the RBI, and Swim. She was a defensive machine last night.
Well, I want to talk about a couple things because Rudy mentioned it a moment ago, talking about the top part of the order. Just some numbers for you last night, and this is where part of the credit does go to Arkansas as well. Nebraska's the first 4 hitters in their lineup, so Jordy Fromm, Hannah Core, Hannah Kamenzen, and Ava Kusak, were a combined 4 for 18 last night at the plate. The 5, 6, 7 hitters in Nebraska's lineup, I'm going to do quick math. The 5, 6, 7 hitters were a combined 4 for 10. So you're talking about the middle of your lineup producing. Now, on the flip side, Jordy Fromm did a really, really nice job of limiting the top 4 in Arkansas's lineup too. Like, you look at Arkansas's lineup, guess what? Their first 4 hitters in Reagan Johnson, Bain, McDowell, and Bell, they were a combined 5 for 18. So, I mean, you have you're talking about the top of your orders, and now the way that softball lineups and baseball lineups for that matter are constructed, like a lot of your best hitters are at the top of your lineup because you want them to get the most at bats in a single game, right? And so we see a lot of times nowadays your power hitters will actually be in like the 2-hole. Sometimes they'll be in the leadoff spot just because you're going to get, it's not always the traditional cleanup role for your power hitters for each team. But I think, you talk about Samantha Bland, and I also want to include Arkansas's third baseman McDowell in this conversation as well, because we saw in a game like last night where Hannah Core had the error in center field, and I for some reason I'm blanking on the error that Arkansas had. It might have been the throwing error that allowed Jesse Farrell to get to second base from center field. But either way, like, those were the 2 errors. It wasn't like they threw it past the first baseman. It wasn't like they threw it out of play, or they booted a ground ball. Like, it was throwing errors. But ultimately, the play at third base last night was some of the best I think I've seen in person. And what Samantha Bland was able to do by keeping runners off the base paths. And then there was even a moment, I believe it was the bottom of the 8th inning or 7th inning. No, it was the bottom of the 7th inning. McDowell at third base for the Arkansas Razorbacks, for the second time in the game, she bodied up a ball on her knees and threw it across the diamond on her knees in time to get the final out of the inning. Like, that type of grit and that type of sacrifice when a ball is coming at you, we're talking 60 feet, like, you have no time to react. Like, it's just instinct at that point. And I thought we saw some exceptional defensive play. And it's funny, Jake was from Ole Miss on 3 was talking about it a moment ago, for the baseball purists out there. Like, we can have that conversation with softball purists. Look at, for the most part, yesterday in Nebraska and Arkansas's game, like, it was pitching and defense. Like, a couple of solo shots here, a couple of solo shots there, the 2-run home run. But then it was like the way Nebraska scored runs, manufacturing runs. And then, not to mention, I believe it was the top of the 7th inning, Arkansas should have scored. Arkansas had runners on first and second base with nobody out. And what did they try to do? They tried to bunt the ball and bunt the runners over. And because of an unsuccessful bunt, they popped it up. Jesse Farrell caught it in foul territory. That was out number 1. Then Jordy Fromm gets an easy ground ball for out number 2. And then another ground ball, a roll over to first base to end the inning. If you get the bunt down, a ground ball to the right side scores a run for Arkansas in the top of the 7th inning. It's those types of plays and the inability versus the ability to execute that wins and loses games on stages like the Women's College World Series.
Thunder Knot Collins, good morning. He goes, last night I made it to the end of the 9th inning. I made the conscious decision to finally go to bed because I felt confident that Jordy had it handled. The offense would end it. I was feeling that. I had that about the basketball team this year in the MSU game. Just didn't feel like it was ever in doubt. Kind of how I felt like back in the 90s watching Husker football. Love it. Craig, good morning to you. He goes, the girls wore them down at the end. We got stronger, especially Jordan 9th and 10th. And I totally agree with that. And Nick and Rudy would concur. Kudos to Ravel having this team mentally and physically ready to dominate. Grit and experience burned bright at the end. Rudy, I'm going to start with you on this. Nick, great points, great numbers as well, and shows you the resolve. Okay, we're talking about a moment. And I think regardless of how Nebraska does, but I think if they take care of business and win this thing all, this is going to be a play that will be captured in the history of Nebraska softball ethos forever. Ava Kuzak's walk-off homer, it became one of the biggest hits in Nebraska softball history thus far, as far as that goes. Rudy, Ava was 0 for 4 before stepping into that batter's box in the 10th inning. And here's one thing that she said. After every at-bat, I was learning, adjust. Instead of letting the frustration take over, she stayed locked in and she kept adjusting. So her 2-1 walk-off homer became one of the biggest plays. We talked about that. Rudy, she adjusted. Swim, she adjusted. Rudy, comments on, like I said, that's why I say this for last. Ava was just, I mean, as I was driving, I was like, I just go, whoa! Yep. Even swerved a bit. Whoa! Yeah. Rudy, thoughts before we go to swim?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that is what separates, again, the good teams from the great teams is just how you're able to handle, again, not adversity per se, but when you're going 0 for 4 on the day, it's not ever a feeling any hitter enjoys.
Right.
But you can either look at it as like that. Either I'm going to be mad about it, I'm going to carry it all to the next at-bat, or I'm going to go into the dugout, learn from it, and keep it moving. And obviously, we saw what the result was. And I think that's also a testament to just what this team has done all year, what they've been built on, and how tough they are mentally. Because it is easy for any hitter, especially if you're a good hitter, if you're a cleanup hitter, to start that doubt creeps in as the game gets longer because you're like, okay, like I haven't done anything. But for her, it was obviously the opposite. It was I haven't done anything, but let me learn from what my at-bats are showing me. Let me learn from what the pitcher's showing me. And then they bring in the same pitcher who started the game too. So I'm sure that had some, not returning of thoughts, but at least what you learned from those at-bats too. So that was great. I think, again, this team has just been built for these types of moments all year, and it starts with head coach Rhonda Ravel. And kind of what this team is just built on is the love and the support they have for each other. But I think the toughness for what they're able to get through, because we're so used to just, oh, they're winning, they're blowing teams out, and that's great. But there has been some close games in there where they have to kind of toughen down and bolt up a little bit more. And I think we saw that last night. And to be able to do it when the biggest part of the game is there, you have a runner on second, so you know that you don't need to do too much either. But that wasn't her doing too much. That was her just getting on the pitch she saw, getting what she needed to do, and then amazingly it left the yard. So I mean, I was, as a hitter myself, it's a lot easier said than done to get into those at bats and those mental ideologies when you're thinking about the game. But that's why she's a Division I athlete and she's one of the best to do it. So I mean, it was great to see, and I appreciate it as a hitter knowing that she can learn from her mistakes, or at least the lesser at bats, and keep it moving to what we saw last night.
Swim, thoughts, man. I mean, well, you were there in the thick of it when she sent that sucker out. Did the play? Tell us the environment, the moment. Take us there.
Well, I just think, I mean, and I'm fortunate, you know, the press box obviously is right behind home plate, and it's not a very big field. And so, you know, I'm probably, 10 to 15 rows up from home plate. And you knew she hit it well, and you just continue to see it kind of tail towards right center field. And similar to Hannah Coors, I mean, it was a rope. I would say this about Ava Kuzak, and I want to bring up the word resilience again. Because she came into last night's game 3 for 13 at the plate in the postseason. She had only had one RBI this entire postseason. That includes the games against South Dakota and Grand Canyon. Obviously the super regional against Oklahoma State. There's still a reason why she's hitting in the 4 spot. Rhonda Revelle talks about it. She mentioned it last night as well. Even going into that last at bat, she was 0 for 4, like you mentioned. So you add that in on top, 3 for 17 in the postseason before that at bat. Baseball and softball are such games of failure. We hear it all the time. And you have to step in and you have to, do what I mentioned at the start of the show with Arkansas. They're going to have to flush last night's game. Like for Ava Cusack, yeah, you make the adjustments, but you also, to some extent, have to flush your previous at-bats. And you just have to trust your process. And you just have to show up and step into the box and make the necessary adjustments, but also trust in your training to what got you there. And I mean, once again, going into that final at bat, she was 3 for 17 this postseason at the plate, hitting, under 180 at the plate this postseason. That's not necessarily characteristic of her. It was not characteristic of what Nebraska softball has been this entire season. But once again, in the big moments, your stars show up and your stars answer the call. And Ava Cusack is one of them. And it just, once again, like we could go through every single position from last night, even Natalia Hill in left field, or Alina Felix, who pinch hit for Lauren Kamenzen in the later innings, in extra innings. Like Alina Felix came in, she's 6 of 12 coming into last night's game. She only had 12 at-bats all season long, and she attacks a first pitch, hits it to right field on a line just right at the right fielder. Like having players be willing and able to come off the bench with the right mentality, the right approach on a stage like the Women's College World Series, that's why Nebraska's here. It's a lot deeper than just Jordy and Hannah. Jessie Farrell is spectacular. Bella Bacon played a really solid game defensively. Like everybody did their job, and that's what you needed in a game that was decided, ultimately by 2 runs, but by 1 hit. And just you move on and you live to fight another day. Nebraska's 1-0, and guys, I'll say this because I'm sure we'll talk baseball in the next segment as we get ready for that. But my last comment on the softball right now is this: Nebraska is 1 win away from being 2-0 in the Women's College World Series. And when you're 2-0, for the folks that don't know brackets, and that's okay, you need to win 1 more game to get to the National Championship Series, which is a best of 3 on Wednesday. Nebraska is 4 wins away from being national champions. And it feels like it's within reach. And what we saw last night is resilient. It's gutsy. It is dominant, and it's been consistent for why they have 52 wins on the year. They're 52-6. It's absurd.
Folks, Nebraska softball will take on Bama on Saturday evening. Cannot wait for that one. But before we let Nick, not let go anywhere yet, Nick, we're going to talk baseball when we come back after this segment. But like you mentioned, 4 games away from a natty. It is impressive. It's encouraging. Still lots of work to be done, but what a great night last night in OKC. Expect the same thing on Saturday. When we come back, folks, we're going to talk Nebraska SCSU because that game's going to take place at 3. The rain has stopped temporarily. Hopefully it clears out. We'll discuss when we come back. It's The Drive.
Ever stare at the Hog Wild menu and feel like you just can't make up your mind because it all looks so good? Well, when I want a little bit of everything, I get a little bit of everything on Hog Wild's Smokestack Sandwich. On a butter-toasted bun, we pile on our hickory smoked beef brisket and juicy hot links. The hard part is choosing between fresh curly fries, classic baked beans, or coleslaw on the side. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
We have 2 boys, so we needed more space. We lived in a townhouse, so we decided to build.
Casey Bowman and her husband Joe built their first home with us. This is Bob Benish of Aspen Builders. Working with the Bowmans was fantastic.
After the first meeting, we really liked them as people.
I was really skeptical about the whole building process, more so than Joe was, but they explained everything before it happened. If there were problems or issues along the way, they called and explained everything. They just really helped ease my mind.
They were really good about giving us options as far as what fit in the budget, what didn't fit in the budget. They have a designer, Rachel.
She was amazing. She was very helpful in making sure that our house turned out good. I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change the lot. I wouldn't change colors. I love everything about it. Everything. It's perfect for us.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Hi, Charlie Stone again, and Andy Goodyear with Honda of Lincoln will be joining me shortly to talk about a milestone accomplishment at Honda of Lincoln. But before I talk to Andy, I'd like to add a comment of my own. I know you have a lot of choices when buying a new or pre-owned vehicle. It was just announced that Honda of Lincoln is once again the winner for the Lincoln's Choice Award for new car dealers. It's not easy to win that award because it's all based on the highest level of customer satisfaction. I think Honda of Lincoln really is your best choice. Now let's talk to Andy.
Thanks, Charlie, and thanks for your kind words.
Andy, tell us what it takes to win an award like this.
Will do, Charlie. It's about being customer focused. Our sales and service team have been with us for a long time, and every day, all they focus on is 100% customer satisfaction. It's really that simple.
Maybe it's time you experience the best. The Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
A membership with John Henry's will fast track you to front of the line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air,
and electrical.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on making the most craveable chicken finger meals, getting them right every time. That's why we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, salt every fry, squeeze every lemon, and brew every ounce. We do this inside every Raising Cane's, every day, because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
Sandhills Global is growing right here in Lincoln. With our expanding campus and continued growth, we're hiring across a wide range of careers, from interns to experienced professionals. Join the team at Sandhills Global and build your career with competitive pay, great benefits, and real opportunities to grow. Visit sandhills.jobs to view openings and apply today. That's sandhills.jobs.
In communities like ours, local relationships still matter. At Insight Partners, we believe we are better together. That's why insurance agencies across the Midwest have joined Insight Partners to better serve local customers and communities with all their insurance needs. From personal to commercial or specialty insurance, your local Insight Partners team is here to help protect what matters most. Insight Partners, better together. Learn more at myinspartners.com.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks. Very quickly hopping into Nebraska baseball tonight. First regional host since 2008. Rudy and Swim were in, I'm not going to say diapers, but you weren't far out of onesies.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. First time Nebraska hosting it in 18 years, and that place should be packed tonight. It should be rocking. CJ Carson is going to get the start, the nod tonight. Swim, give us, and I want to get both your inputs on this, and we're pressing for time, but we're so glad to have Jake come in with us earlier today. Jake Thompson, again, of Ole Miss on 3. Initial thoughts. Swim, you alluded to this a little bit when you're talking to Jake, but I want to get both you and Rudy's thoughts on this. Your comfort with him starting tonight.
Oh, there we go. I had to unmute myself. So with Carson Yass on the mound, here's the thing. I had a tweet yesterday that Husker fans were not too thrilled with. And basically it was not even me coming to the defense of Will Bolt. Frankly, Will Bolt does not need me to defend him on his decisions to who he starts. But I think ultimately Will Bolt said it yesterday in the press conference. I was listening to it on my drive down, where this is something that's been the plan for the last month. They changed the pitching rotation. They moved Ty Horn out of the rotation. They brought him back in the last couple of weeks of the regular season, give or take a few. And I think Nebraska firmly believes in Carson Yass as their guy and as their dude. We talked about how important it was for Nebraska softball to start 1-0 in the Women's College World Series. Similar things can be said for Nebraska baseball to start 1-0 in the regional. I think you give the ball to the guy that you feel like can give you the best chance to win the game on that given day. Not matchup based. You have to respect the other name on the jersey. And I think you just give the ball to Carson, because here's the thing. And Jake talked about it back in the 10 o'clock segment. A couple things can happen. Let's say hypothetically Nebraska gets up in a lead, like you hope that they do with the offense that they have. They get in a lead and you're able to maybe take Carson Yass out of the game and turn to your bullpen, right? Maybe some lower leverage guys because you have some breathing room. That's one option. Second option is if Nebraska is able to get a complete game out of Carson Yass, then that saves your entire pen and every single other arm for the rest of the weekend. Like, you need to win 3 games. That's basically where you're at in the regional. You need to win 3 games and you're moving on. And so you need so many more arms in addition to Carson Yass to be successful and do that. I like the decision to go to Carson Yass. I think you throw your dude. He's been your best and most reliable and most consistent arm on the mound all season long. It's time to reward him with the first start of the regional.
Rudy?
Yeah, I agree. I think I'd rather have us throw our number 1 guy out there, and then if it is a mismatched matchup, I think Nick brought it up earlier this week. Maybe you do pull him a little earlier if we have the lead we want and everything's cruising that way. But I'd rather us live in that world than, okay, let's try somebody else because we're not taking them as serious. And then, again, it's baseball. Anything can happen. We know that on any given day. Like, you can go out there and all you need was 1 run to beat the other guy, and that's all it takes. And so I'd rather us have our better guy going out there, even if it is against an opponent that us Husker fans and everyone around us kind of see as a little lesser than the other teams in our region. But at the same time, you don't get past these guys, then what are we even saving it for? I'd rather us throw our best guys and then see where the chips fall than have to be playing defense the rest of the weekend as well, is where I want to be seeing it as.
I'll tell you this. Nebraska baseball has to do nothing more than remember and replay the game, the innings 8 through 10 of the softball's victory over Arkansas, a team that had never been there. Swim, never.
Yeah.
This SDSU team is not going to come in here intimidated. They came in here, almost beat us earlier in the year. So there's this thing we all heard of. It's the Cinderella story. Don't make this team the Cinderella story, as both you're alluding to. Mm-hmm. This is not a show up and Nebraska's going to win game. South Dakota State, if anything, is going to have a chip on their shoulder too, because in their minds, if I'm their coach, I'm thinking, let's go in there and move some furniture. Let's go literally rain and maybe figuratively rain on this parade, Nebraska, not only with home runs and hits. Let's go in here and throw a massive monkey wrench in their planes. South Dakota State is not intimidated by Nebraska at all. I expect Nebraska to come out here full-fledged, ready to go. And I guarantee you, they are not overlooking this team. That's just my thoughts, gentlemen.
Well, and you can't overlook you can't overlook anybody. Nebraska should win this game tonight just because they're the better team. I just think sometimes we like to overcomplicate things. I think that you can look at this and say simply Nebraska is going to put their best foot forward in tonight's game or this afternoon's game to win a ball game, and they feel like that is with Carson Yassa. I think also from the standpoint of Will Bull and this approach, they've gotten burned a couple of times when they have pitched off. That's the reference that they use is when you start maybe your 2 or 3 option over the number 1 option it's referred to as pitching off. They got burned. Jackson Brockett last year it started the first game of the regional against Oklahoma, and then second, a couple of years ago in the Big Ten tournament, once again Jackson Brockett started the first game and it did not go well. I also think that there's something to be said about just understanding the way regionals are going to work with the SEC. And for Ole Miss, I specifically asked Jake that question about their pitching depth because I was fortunate enough to be in Stillwater a couple of years ago for the Nebraska, Florida, Oklahoma State regional, if you will. And Nebraska played Florida a couple of times. Florida started their ace. Nebraska started Brett Sears, who was the Big Ten pitcher of the year that year. And this isn't, it's going to come across as a slight to the Big Ten, but this is the honest truth of it. The number 2 and sometimes even the number 3 guys on SEC pitching staffs are going to be what Nebraska sees on Friday nights with Big Ten number 1s. The depth on the mound is just better in the SEC. It's better in other conferences. So I think no matter who Nebraska throws on Friday or Saturday, it's not going to be a quality or caliber of arm that the SEC is intimidated by, or if the Big 12 and Arizona State is for that matter. And so I think you go out there and you sit there and say, okay, you know what? We need to go 1-0 today. You win game 1. You worry about your plan for game 2 when you get there. But game 2 doesn't matter until you win game 1. And so, frankly, let's just play this hypothetical scenario, AD. All the Husker fans that are clamoring for somebody else to start today. So what if Nebraska were to lose to South Dakota State and then you have to throw Carson Yassa in an elimination game? These are those hypothetical scenarios. Because then what happens? You need to go. You go 3-0, you win 3 games, and you're on to next weekend. That's it. It's as simple as that. No reason to overcomplicate things. Win game 1, worry about game 2 on day 2.
Big B, Nebraska's bullpen has to be ready to go. If not, Arizona State will hit 106 home runs on us this weekend alone. they are explosive. Big Bird, that's a different one. Big Bird, good morning to you, though. This is a good one. IQ Crew, hey, Swim, any canal divers after last night's game? Only 1 out of 5, but still a walk-off could cause. Anybody jump in the canal last night? Do you know of?
Nope, not that I know of. I'm actually going to make my way over. So college baseball starts, in about 15 minutes or so. We're going to be making our way. I'm taking my laptop down there, and we're going to find a spot to post up at and watch some college baseball regionals over the next couple of hours as we get ready for Nebraska's matchup later today. But day off today, and the rain has stopped, and so I would imagine Husker fans will be finding a spot to post up and hopefully cheer on the Huskers to a win later today.
I love it. Folks, we're going to break out. Actually, we're going to be closed. We're good to go, aren't we? We've got another commercial to go.
We had one more break.
We got one more break. Before we go to that, it will be a quick break. Joe B says, hey, what's up, Joe? My opinion, the fans just need to shut up and let Coach Bolt do his thing. Go Pig.
Amen. Okay, so here's the other side of it. So all season long, guys, we've trusted Will Bolt and Rob Childress to figure out the pitching staff, and they got Nebraska to host a regional, and now we get into the regional, and now we all want to question them. Like, I don't understand the thought process. I get it. Ideally, in a perfect world, you'd love your number one to go against the better teams in the tournament, but it doesn't matter if you're 0-1. It just doesn't. And so you got to find a way to go 1-0, and everybody will be happy.
Let him cook. Let him cook. Folks, we're going to take a quick break. Come back with the last segment. We got me and Rudy here at the mothership. We got Swim down in OKC. We'll be back.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Ever stare at the Hog Wild menu and feel like you just can't make up your mind because it all looks so good? Well, when I want a little bit of everything, I get a little bit of everything on Hog Wild's Smokestack Sandwich. On a butter-toasted bun, we pile on our hickory smoked beef brisket and juicy hot links. The hard part is choosing between fresh curly fries, classic baked beans, or coleslaw on the side. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
In communities like ours, local relationships still matter. At Insight Partners, we believe we are better together. That's why insurance agencies across the Midwest have joined Insight Partners to better serve local customers and communities with all their insurance needs. From personal to commercial or specialty insurance, your local Insight Partners team is here to help protect what matters most. Insight Partners, better together. Learn more at myInspartners.com.
Does someone in your household avoid phone calls because they can't hear clearly, or do they have difficulty speaking on the phone? Nebraska offers a solution. The Nebraska Specialized Telecommunications Equipment Program, or NSTEP, provides financial assistance for specialized devices like amplified phones, captioned telephones, smartphones with Bluetooth pairing to hearing aids, and speech-generating devices. If you're a Nebraska resident with a certified hearing or speech disability, you may qualify. It's not income-based, and once approved, you own the equipment. Learn more or apply at psc.nebraska.gov or call 1-800-526-0017.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on making the most craveable chicken finger meals, getting them right every time. That's why we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, salt every fry, squeeze every lemon, and brew every ounce. We do this inside every Raising Cane's, every day, because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we're back for this last segment. I want to appreciate Swim. He is off and running for the day. Appreciate him zooming in. Rudy, appreciate you, brother. Folks, kind of a recap of the show. We had Jeff and Nicole Essink, our great friends from FXB. Also, 9 to 11 every Sunday morning, Fitness Fanatics. You can check them out for all sorts of information, laughs, and sports, and lifestyle, and fitness and nutrition. It's a great way to kick off your Sundays. You can also look back at past shows by going to weekend shows on 93pointsontheticket.com. Of course, discussed Nebraska's walk-off win. Just an amazing game last night, softball-wise. So they will take on Bama on tomorrow night. So they'll be talking about that throughout the rest of the show today. I know one-on-one with DP will be up next. They'll dive more into it as well. I want to thank all the people that give to Lincoln. I was out of town. Obviously, that Nick was out of town as well. Rudy, this is going to kind of be our 80 attitude adjustment. What is something that you gained from yesterday's being there at Matt Talbot Kitchen?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to be at both as well. So Cedars and
yes.
So I think just seeing firsthand, obviously it's a huge day for both of those organizations, respectfully, and it's a big day for us to be able to be out there and helping out. But last year I wasn't able to be around. I'm not too sure if the scheduling, I don't know why I wasn't there is all, but this year I was able to be there for a majority of the day. And I think just being able to see firsthand who the people we're helping stood out to me the most, because we hear about these organizations, what they do, and that's great. And again, amazing what both of them are able to accomplish, but to be able to be there in the environment, see where a lot of the donations end up going, and then you're meeting the people who are actually being impacted by the donations stands out the most. And I said it to you, it was awesome to be there and have hands-on, or at least see what is going on under this, because they do so much, again, especially Matt Talbot, since we're speaking on that. Like the things that went into getting not just them off the ground, but also that specific location she was speaking on, of how they had to get through so many hoops and ladders because the people that they were trying to lease it with didn't want specific people to be in that environment, but they obviously advocated and fought for it, and then they got it. So even just the organization themselves have to go through so many hoops to be able to provide for all of these people. And then you're there, you see them, you understand that not everyone's fortunate enough to have the same walk of life as we do, really.
Right.
And so I think that's always eye-opening, just realization of what the environment is for these people. And again, it's awesome to just be able to understand the impact we have while we help these people as well.
Text line, appreciate you all day. Eric E. Money, appreciate you, brother. You have a great weekend as well. Folks, I want all of you to have a great weekend. One-on-one with DP is going to be up next. And stay dialed into the ticket all day, because we'll be discussing softball, baseball, sports. Don't want to miss it. Folks, we'll talk to you on Monday. It's The Drive. Rudy and AD swim from OKC. We'll talk to you Monday.